it's a huge addiction problem.
Well, it's an addiction, but but if you just how many football fans it was saying, well, we think we're going to lose too much money. Well, don't put it on then.
Well, easily said. Easily
Fool's game is gambling.
Yes,
Fool's game. No, it is. It is. House always wins and all that.
Well, absolutely. Yeah.
Talking about getting your knickers in a twist. Here you go. Dawn Neeson and Biggins are here. Good morning, you two. We're going to start with migrants in the Telegraph. Am I going to start a rant now?
I was just going to tell you what Biggins said to to Isabel as she went to the loo during the break.
Oh gosh.
Not allowed. Decency.
Oh, I don't know.
Decency prevents.
He was very excited. She ran past us.
God, it's only in a 2-minute advert break.
Yes, you do it beautifully, by the way.
Can
Yeah.
I just say, I'm not instilled with this migrant issue, right?
Right. Sorry.
I want to feel confident about it, and I think there's got to be a step in the right direction. What bothers me slightly, I know it's being a bit pedantic, is Suella Braverman saying she wants to stop people disembarking from the French coast. Well, that's not English.
Well,
It's embarking from the French coast and disembarking in England. Now, if she's not getting that right, what else is she not getting right? It's a bit basic.
A bit pedantic, though, aren't you? Oh my God, you're pedantic dad today, aren't you?
Don't you think that's important? They're not disembarking. If they were disembarking in France, we wouldn't be bothered.
No, you're right. You're right. Perhaps she didn't think about it as you have, Stephen.
Well, maybe.
Right, in any case, so, Isabel, shall we continue? Back to the Telegraph, and they have sent a reporter out to the French coast, to Dunkirk, to see how it's actually happening and how this new plan is going to work. I mean, last year, the French so far stopped 29,000 migrants crossing. That's only 42% of the total. And this new plan that Suella has announced somewhat incorrectly this morning is hoping to stop 80% by putting more people. There's 18 and a half miles of French coast to patrol, and the French always say we don't have enough people to do it. That's the main problem. So the money we are giving them today will in theory put more gendarmes on the beaches to stop the boats embarking, disembarking, leaving the French coast. How's that? Leaving the French coast. So, I mean, but this report is that what they are already doing is that the simple solution to this is most of these are rubber dinghies. The simple solution is just go and puncture the rubber dinghies before they actually leave the beach. That is a simple solution. It's not more complicated than that. Then the boats can't set off. It will hopefully stop the trade, because if the boats can't leave, the trade doesn't happen. So stop the slave trading, which is basically what we're talking about, and hopefully solve the problem. So it has to be a good thing. Now, whether the French stick to their part of the deal is another matter. And this
if they're being paid for it, they better add.
Well, we've already paid them quite a bit, though, haven't we? And the problem with this is, like, they could spot, remember when we had the trawler wars? They could spot one British trawler in the wrong bit of their water, but they can't spot 40,000 migrants leaving their beaches.
Odd, isn't it?
This is the thing. I mean, what do you think about this announcement then today? I thought it was 80 million, but we were just reading out something like 63 million, but we've already paid 174 million to the French. It just feels like we're shedding out cash.
For what? I mean, it's a lot of money which could be going to help the people in our country. We're facing a crisis of lack of money, people, and I fully in agreement with the tax thing that we're going to have on Thursday, I think it is. But I think that we should be helping the less fortunate. There are people who are saying heating or heating.
And this is the problem I think a lot of us have, is obviously, once these people are over here, we have to do something to care for them. But putting them up in hotels at a cost of 7 million a day, while we've got people in this country who are sitting freezing in their own homes.
Absolutely.
And can't afford to buy hot meals.
Yeah.
There's a problem there. And as I was saying earlier on, I spent Remembrance Sunday at a service in Folkestone in Kent, which is the base for the Gurkhas. And I was sort of like watching the Gurkhas leading the parade, and they walked past one of the hotels that are being used to house migrants, and there were lots of young, fit men sitting around outside this hotel watching the Remembrance Parade go past. Now, remember, our government fought tooth and nail to stop Gurkhas getting pension rights, the right to settle here, when they actually fought for this country. And now they are happy, don't seem happy, but I mean, we are paying to put young, fit men who are entering the country illegally. They're not illegal, the way they're doing it is illegal. putting them up in hotels. None of this makes sense.
It's the abuse of the asylum system.
Yes.
Exactly.
And the fact that they are now being lumped in with people like those fleeing Ukraine or Syria who genuinely have a risk to life, and there's a duty to share that responsibility. And if they have British connections, fine. I don't think many people would object to that.
No, of course not, Isabel. And
but it's when you've got these, as you say, perfectly fit young men coming from a country where they could find employment, abusing the system and going to, in some cases, stately homes.
Yes.
Hotels costing
some of them are really nice, aren't they?
A bit nice.
It's wrong. It's all wrong.
Hotel room that costs £200, don't it? What's this in the Times about a coffin club?
Well, I've never heard of this, but I think it's quite interesting. It's a coffin club, and they meet, they have meetings, and I'm interested to see that the actress Miriam Margolyes, who's a friend of mine, is a patron.
Really?
So, how would you like to be buried?
Oh, I don't.
Well, how would you?
I'm dead would be a start.
Dead would be a...
With people. I don't really care what my coffin is like, but I'd like to be with my husband when I die. I don't want to be on my...
You mean you want him to die with you?
Oh, well, he can die. Oh, I don't know.
First is what she's saying.
I'm scared to go on my own, so I'd rather I went to join him, yeah.
Stephen, how would you like? Would you like music, or is there any particular music, or a particular shaped coffin, or... Because this is what you can have on this
Right, so
club.
you can choose your... Well, I wouldn't mind a TARDIS coffin.
A TARDIS? So you'd stand up, would you?
No, wait, I'd have to lie down in it. Be a very
What sort of coffin do you... Well, let's see what Dawn would like for her coffin.
I would like something... We had this conversation at the weekend, which is really weird. I want the full Victorian Gothic splendour.
Like a mausoleum.
Black. I want mausoleums. I want black horse-drawn carriages with horses with black plumes. The husband's terrified by this. He's just going to bump me off and do it quietly.
Put me
he's
in the
gonna,
pram.
He's going to... Yeah, we just shove me in the Thames because we live by the river. So, yeah, but I want the full work. Sorry.
I can imagine you with sort of some panto.
Yeah, a pink, I think. A pink coffin would be lovely. And I love these raffia ones.
Oh, they're beautiful.
They're beautiful. I think I would definitely have one of those. And I definitely want the Laughing Policeman song being played as I go into the...
Well, what you've got to have is the vicar standing there saying, Biggins is dead, and everyone has to shout back, oh no, it's not!
Perfect. Yes, exactly.
I do sort of think, I mean, funerals can be a very, very sad time, of course, but I sort of think it's quite, if you can choose your own coffin, if you can make it a bit about you rather than someone else and picking it after you've popped the
Absolutely. I think it's good to organise. Try and organise as much as you can of your funeral. I really do.
I know where I'm being buried.
Do you?
Yeah, I've got the plots all sorted, yeah.
Is it a public plot, or is it a...
No, yeah. In Lytham. I'll be in Lytham.
Lytham? Is that your hometown? Is that
No, it's not. It's where my husband's from, though, and where his brother's buried, and also we'll be...
So you're going to be together?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so romantic.
You see, you could do that. You see, you could have a plot, and then when you die, then your husband could join you later, or which vice versa.
Well, it's better if I go first, I wouldn't be able to do anything without him.
Oh, no, him and his new wife can then...
See?
After your day, you know.
What, once I've withered on the vine?
No, I'm only joking. Anyway, let's have a look.
Gosh.
Let's have a look.
Oh, can we talk about Tony Adams?
Oh, go on then.
Oh, yes, Tony Adams.
I thought he was brilliant on Saturday.
I didn't see it, actually, because I was at a do, but I mean, I think it's interesting because, you know, he is brilliant in his own way, but he was being voted in by football fans who weren't even watching the programme, which is, in a way, is wrong for the others. I mean, this is the trouble with reality TV shows. There are all sorts of problems. People have gone out much earlier than they should have done because of him. Yeah. But he was good fun, and everybody loves to have a laugh.
Yeah, I love that when these professional athletes who've never danced before go onto the show and they just throw all their physicality into it. I mean, he's so ungainly and tall, you can't actually believe he was a professional footballer. And you see him dancing, and he goes for it, and it's funny to watch.
Oh, no, he is funny to watch.
And it's enjoyable.
The point of reality TV is entertainment. Yeah. I mean, you know, some of them are really, really good dancers on it. I can't tell which one's professional and which one's a celebrity.
Drama school.
But with Tony Adams, you watched it because it was fun.
And Anne Widdecombe, I mean, she was hysterical, being pulled around.
Yeah.
But Tony Adams seems a nice guy. He seems nice with it.
Yeah, he does. So he's gone. And he's gone because he had an injury. Yes, the producer sat on him or something, I think.
Leaving that one there.
Yes. Can we have a look at Westminster bubbles in the Star.
Shall we? Yes, this is the front page of the Daily Star this morning. So, as I said, put on earth to cheer us up. Oh, well, and this is fun, but it's not fun because they have found out that more than £250,000 are being spent on cut-price booze in Parliament in just 1 year. 30 MPs, parliamentary staff and others have downed hundreds of bottles of champagne, thousands of bottles of wine and tens of thousands of beers and ciders subsidised by the taxpayers. That's us. Yeah, and it's nice stuff too. It's not cheap stuff.
No, I do have questions about that.
Yes, yeah, and there are more bars, I think, in the Palace of Westminster than the meeting rooms or something like that. I read a fact really that they really concentrate on the hospitality aspect.
Have their best ideas when they've had a couple of drinks, maybe.
Who doesn't, Isabel? I mean, that's vodka in your mug there, isn't it?
It could be. It could be. We're out of time.
She needs it working with you. Blimey, I'm on vodka and all.
They're on danger, Money Biggins, working with me.
I know. Well, I understand. I get extra when I'm working with you.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Not money,
Talking
but...
about that.
Oh, I love Mondays with you guys. It's just such
I'm going to get rid of these two
to the
before we
week.
get cancelled, frankly. Ian Stodley, and thank you very much.
See you again.
See you soon.